Judy Williams, and I found out that there might be a new fund for blight money to help save the house on 206, 204 blight project. I'm asking you to go in and check onto that project and get information to see if money could be awarded to the house to save that family, 206 Center Avenue, for the amount of money the borough wants to have that project done, which there is no way we could come up with. Otherwise, the house will cave in soon, and the family will have to go out in the street. And there's no way for them to find a new home with a family of 5 and some pets. And they want to stay here, and that's my mother's home. And we want to save it. And that block is fixing up all their houses. And they decorate the houses if, like now, for Christmas and all, and they have to spend. So if you could go into that project and that home repair project program, I think it might be that grant. I'm not quite sure because I only glanced at the paper. It was given to me yesterday, and I don't understand it. So would you consider digging more into that to help save it?
Judy, just so you know, we were just advised of the program the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday at about 10 o'clock in the morning, we reached out to the director, the program manager for the whole home repairs program. We courtesy copied the borough of Jim Thorpe on our correspondence, seeking, should we go ahead and apply for the money and receive the 1.046 and $437,000, if we could receive that, more than $1 million, could we potentially use it to help offset the costs of what the borough of Jim Thorpe is insisting that you, or actually your family, should bear at 206 Center Avenue. So we've already started that process. We're waiting for them to come back saying, yes, this would be an appropriate use for the funding, and then we can start discussion with the borough of Jim Thorpe.
Because it's a large amount of money they have, and we only went 60,000, and that's nothing to the money. So I would thank you. I guess there's nothing more to say.
Yeah.
Except
Just
thank
see
you.
how it plays out,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
Commissioner Lucas said that we just got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not fully.
I just heard about it too,
Yeah.
so, but
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Once we find out
Appreciate
more,
it.
we'll do what we can.
Yeah, and Judy, I'd just tell you, actually applying for the money doesn't even start till next week. There's a seminar or webinar that we have of how to actually apply for it. But again, we have already.
Waiting is what we do. With the
Right.
borough, we've been waiting 7, 8
Yeah.
years
Yep.
with nothing getting done.
Mhm.
Putting a burden on us,
Yeah.
and waiting is, we're used to it.
You know, Judy, what I'm gonna say, you're well aware of the advocacy that this Board of Commissioners has made on your behalf with the borough of Jim Thorpe for what I would call their less than appropriate, full and appropriate use of the blight money that they were given. You know, again, very unfortunate situation, but we have been extremely strong advocates for you, and I know you know that based on our personal
Well,
conversations.
that money, I know, was allocated for 204
You know,
in the beginning, and then they decided to split it among other things. But 204 was the reason for that.
it was, and the grant application clearly
Yeah.
shows that the
And
number
then
one
they
priority.
decided to share, so,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think all of us are all aware of that. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
we are.
it is, I mean, it's a thorn in our side, and they decided to put the money someplace else. And we're 100% on trying to help you out with this. And it would be a terrible thing if they transferred that money to other buildings and don't use it.
And
That would be bad on my part for them.
Center Avenue is traveled a lot, it's state
Yeah.
highway. And everybody's fixing up their homes, new sidewalks, and they have to look at that blighted house.
You know.
And there's an older couple next door, and that house will cave into the next house. And it's just an awful situation for the people who live up there and taking their value away from their homes. And it's not right to them up there. And if it caves in and my son has to go and nobody gets hurt, which I hope not, because there's nowhere for him to go today, there's nowhere. you can't rent, it's way up. They wanna stay in Jim Thorpe, and he bought a home. That's his home. He has a home. And now he has to, it's just awful what they're going through, and me, at my age, I'm not young. And I don't wanna say my age, but it's,
I know, right.
but anyway, if the banks won't give me a loan anyway, they know I won't live long enough to pay it off.
But I think a lot of consideration be taken. Yours is a little bit of a different situation. When there's blighted property, they might be single and taking them down. When they would take that blighted property down, you have no exterior wall.
Right.
So that has to be considered,
I know,
like that.
yeah.
I mean, that has to be an exception to the rule, for this situation.
I
So, but
understand.
we are working on it.
Okay, well, thank you then.
Any other guests concerning county business?
Hey, Wayne,